What's up, everyone? Today we're talking about MP3 players existing in the year of 2019, as well as looking at this 2019 looking MP3 player right here. So I think it's pretty obvious that MP3 players in general have become much less popular over the years. This is due to a few things. What I think is the main reason is the explosion of streaming. Less people are actually buying digital music itself than ever before and are instead streaming that music over services like Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, and more. Aside from the fact that you no longer own a digital file of what you're listening to, why would someone ever want to pay like $1 per song when you could just pay $10 a month and listen to as many songs as you could ever want? Not only is it much easier to have one main device with you the whole day like your phone and still have access to all your music, but MP3 players don't really have access to these streaming services anyway. There are definitely other contributors to the decline in these types of devices, like increasing amounts of storage in our phones, so even if you do download your music, you'll probably have space for it all, and other stuff, but really I believe that streaming is one of the biggest killers of MP3 players. Now taking a look at this device, this is the M9 MP3 player by Modi, and it usually goes for about $50. As you've noticed, this thing doesn't look like a typical boring MP3 player and looks a bit more up to speed with the times. On the front, you of course have that 3.5-inch touchscreen, which is 800 by 340 pixels, which is perfectly fine, and the glass is actually curved on all the edges, which makes it look a little nicer. On the back, you have your brandings and whatnot, as well as little icons showing what each button or port is for. On the bottom, you'll find an on and off switch, a micro USB for charging and connecting to your computer, and a standard headphone jack. On the left, there's a micro SD card slot, and on the right, you have your sleep/wake button at the top, and under that is the volume up and down buttons. While these buttons all work as intended, and it's nice that the volume up button has a little bump on it to more easily identify it, they all do wobble around quite a bit. And finally, on the top of this thing, there's nothing. Looking at the home screen, you'll see a bunch of icons for various functions. Of course, there's the music app. This all works just as intended. You can put songs in folders or favorite stuff. There's shuffle and repeat options, and the music player actually looks pretty nice. Next is the video app. In case for some reason you want to watch a downloaded video on this, it glitches with some files, but I didn't bother finding out what caused that. There's also the calculator app, which is a calculator. You can always use one of those. There's the record app, where you can record voice memos using the subpar but usable microphone. There's the puzzle game app, because of course this thing has to have some random puzzle games on it. You do have stuff like Tetris and 2048, but they're pretty unnecessary. After that, we have an ebook app, because why wouldn't you want to read some books on this tiny screen? You'll also find the Photos app for viewing photos you've downloaded, the Tools app, which has some stuff like a timer, radio player, and a trashy beat maker thing, the Folder app, which lets you view all the files on the device, and the Settings app, where you can just change a few basic settings. The battery life falls around 30 hours, which is decent, and the device is a good size. It does have a bit of weight to it, but it's definitely portable, pocketable, and the construction seems good for the price. You can use an SD card up to 128 gigabytes in size, and overall the music coming out of this thing sounds perfect. No loss in quality at all. In general, I think MP3 players are definitely less convenient nowadays, but they still can have a purpose. They can be good for younger kids, as their parents might not want them to have a phone, but they can have something like this so they can still have access to music and stuff. Or maybe when you leave your house to go exercise and work out, you want something a little more compact that just has your music and no other distractions. Or maybe you actually like just having your music in a separate place from your phone for whatever reason. As for the M9 MP3 player specifically, I think it works for anyone looking for a cost-effective device that just has basic music playing functions. But for most people, you probably aren't going to need something like this. Thanks for watching. The link to the M9 is in the description below. As well, don't forget to subscribe for more upcoming videos. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.